Its members are military and police officers, both active duty and retired, who swear an oath to defend their view of the Constitution, promising not to obey a list of hypothetical orders from the government. These include imposition of martial law, the basing of foreign troops on U.S. soil, the herding of American citizens into concentration camps. Stuart Rhodes, the founder of Oath Keepers and a former U.S. Army paratrooper, was a guest on Hardball in 2009. When you put your head on the pillow at night, are you afraid that at some point in your lifetime, the black helicopters from the UN will arrive in the United States and deny American sovereignty? Do you think that's probable or possible?
I think it's possible. I think where we're concerned about, look at Germany, an advanced civilization, and they fell into a despotism, in a dictatorship, a murderous dictatorship, in a span of 10 years after an economic collapse. It can happen here. You think it can't happen here?
We're going to be live here for the next 2 hours.
Before these rumors about government tyranny reach the mainstream, they often start with an extremely popular internet radio host, Alex Jones.
So we're going to look at the type of tyrants in the Obama administration, and it's
Jones claims he has 2 million listeners for his internet broadcasts and that millions more watch his YouTube broadcasts and his dozens of documentaries. He also has several websites full of articles supporting his fears of government oppression and a tyrannical New World Order.
We are just about done. We are fried. I mean, we are in deep tyranny. Deep, deep, deep. We have a psychopathic elite who have formed a global guild of psychopaths. They have their symbols, they have their language, they have their whole communication system. They're in control of the planet, and they're setting up a planetary police state to carry out an orderly extermination of at least 80%. Some say 99. I mean, they debate the numbers of us they want to kill.
These tales that come out of Alex Jones's websites are stories that identify real enemies, the government, law enforcement. There are a whole set of evil agents out there. And though I don't expect to see Alex Jones taking a shot at them anytime soon, there are people out there who are perfectly willing to do exactly that.
The system, from all their preparations and all their statements, actually wants it to become violent and wants to use that as the excuse to clamp down and have a real police state in America. And that's when the revolution starts. That's when people are just going to go, okay, you stop me at a checkpoint, the government's being abusive, lock and load.
Jones is also one of the leading figures in the 9/11 truther movement, claiming the U.S. government, not al-Qaeda, was behind the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center and Pentagon. He maintains that he's neither far right nor far left, equally contemptuous of both sides of the political spectrum. But his appeal to the anti-government new right is palpable.
Big government kills, big government enslaves, big government destroys, and big government annihilates the individual.
It's extreme talk, but isn't that different from the Tea Parties and the politicians now railing against big government?
The solution is not more government control. The solution is less government control.
Big government's not your friend, because big government causes recessions, big government spends your money and takes it away from you, and you have less to save for your family.
Will this rage on the right help win elections, or will it scare off voters? We will all know more in the fall with the voter reaction to this new range of voices from center-right to far-right, the Tea Parties, the birthers, the patriot groups, and the militias. But the new right, as we have seen, may not be satisfied with the election of office holders a few notches to the right. Increasingly, the anger on the right is stirred not just by a particular political party, the Democrats, but by the federal government itself and anyone who's part of it. To some on the right, and not only those who wear military garb on weekend training exercises, Washington itself is viewed as a remote, even foreign capital. The elected government housed there as a tyrannical menace. Those who work in it as agents of a hostile force, busily preying on their freedoms. Throughout our history, we have disagreed passionately over the role of the federal government and of our country's role in the world. But we are generally a pragmatic people, not given to ideological extremes. What's scary today is the language being thrown about. Words have consequences. You cannot call a president's policies un-American, as Sarah Palin has done, or refer to the elected government as a regime, as Rush Limbaugh persists in doing, or the president as a foreign usurper, as the birthers do, without giving license on some day to real trouble. This April was the 15th anniversary of Oklahoma City. It is well to consider what happens when people act on what they hear, when the hatred of our own elected government becomes explosive. I'm Chris Mathews. Thank you for watching.